if we should publish it, we trust it to sell out. But now we're taking it public, whereby everyone will have the opportunity to be empowered and to be equipped with some values. Okay, so just like I would like to note that this conference, it happens once in a month, so it's always on the last Saturday of every month. And I believe by the end of this section, we will share the next topic for next month. And so if you have not registered for the if you are to join the community, a link will be shared later in the course of the section for you to join the community. Why? It's because we are not just here to talk. We need to maintain a community whereby other values is being sent consistently, and you are able to get other resources. You are able to network and collaborate, and that is why we call it the managers conclave, because everyone within the capacity, we are all managers, able to manage information, manage task, manage responsibility. So beyond that, we realize that things have changed in such that we are not limited to you knowing one thing and being a master of one thing. Organizations have grown beyond that in such that you should be able to handle different roles, and that's the reason why they want to employ you, because they feel that beyond what you can do so many other things, meaning that there's so many other areas you can as well empower the organization. But the question is, how then can you be excellent, even being dynamic in your value, being dynamic in responsibility and task that handle within an organization? This is why this topic came today, and just as we all know, and it has been on the news, it has been on several publicity. We have our honorable guest who will be taking us through this section. And okay, if you can hear me, I'll just like you to use your best emoji and let me know you are following. I would like you to use your best emojis. Let me know if you're following. Oh, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And there's something else you can do for us. Why? Because the events have started, and we just have about just 60 seconds before our presenter comes on board, and I want you guys to share this, share the link that was you got with your. Share it with your colleagues, share it with your friends, share it with your teammates, because we are here to empower. It's a free program, it's not a paid program. But yes, we have some people that felt that, oh, this should be paid, but now it's a free value given. So we shouldn't be stingy about it. Let us try to share with our friends. You have colleagues at work, you can share it with them that this is meant for us, and they shouldn't miss out of this. And sincerely, we don't want anyone to miss out of this. We want you to be here. We want you to get value from what we are given. Okay, and while you are doing that, okay, so I would just like to. It's already. So right now we are about to start, and we are not going to waste any more time. We're not going to waste any more time. Thank you all for joining once again. I trust that at the end of this section, we all will testify that we got value. So keep sharing on your status, share on social media that we have started and we have gone live. We have started and we have gone live. Okay, so it's about that time we welcome our guest. So this is someone I've known for years, I think about 8 to 9 years, if I'm not mistaken, between 6, 7, 8 to 9 years, yes, because at some time we lost contact and we got talking again. And there's something I know this person for is excellence. Like, even as at then when I knew her, she was just so unique. She was just so unique, eloquent, and confident about what she has to offer. And be that she has sit in the role of different organization, different platform. She has managed a team, and now presently she's the CEO of Glows and Signature, and the top lead operation officer. So I would like to make welcome to our Amazed, and I would just like you to use your best energy again while I welcome Miss Gloria Isiga to take over the stage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Hi, good evening, everybody. It's exciting being here. I believe everyone is as excited as I am. So please, if you're as excited as I am, you could use the reaction button to show some excitement. Thank you very much, Harmony Ebenezer, for that introduction. Like he has said, my name is Gloria Isiga, and you should have seen that on the flyer. So I'll just go right into it. I believe you're all like to know because we go through and that would need to be written down. And beyond the things that I say, for everything that is said here, application differs. If you have something to say, you could always put it on the chat box, and then I'll check it out there and let you, and then that'll be like a better place for feedback. Okay, so I was saying that your notes will be very important. Jot down applications as they come to you. Do you understand? Because I will be speaking, you'll be getting inspiration, you'll be getting application sectors, and so it's very important that you jot those things down so that you can implement them as soon as possible, and then we're yielding the results that we need to. Okay, so we're going to be talking about creating a dynamic culture of excellence in the workspace. An amazing topic, I'll just quickly share a little bit of this short story. So one time while I served in the capacity of head of school at one of the places, the school I worked in had a couple of branches, and we had like several school leaders, right? And which I was one of them. And of all the school leaders, I was the youngest by far, And then basically between the primary schools, I was leading one of the primary schools. And then one day I had a session with my boss, and then he was talking, and he said to me, are you aware that your teachers it appears that your teachers somewhat fear you much more than the teachers at the other end? And I said to him, oh, sir, you shouldn't say that out loud, because ideally it should be the other way around, right? And then I explained to him that it's actually not fear, but that we have grown to build. I had built something called the culture of excellence, and then we were working as a team. And so I'm going to be sharing with you, and that was I'm going to be sharing far younger. I mean, I'm still very young. Then I was way younger than the other school leaders. And so I was even younger than the people I was leading, right? I had people who were older than me. I had people, So I'm going to be sure, helped me and still help me now, and will help you too. When it has to do with creating a dynamic culture of excellence in the workspace. Now, Ebenezer said something. He said, the community, the society these days require you to be dynamic. And then even as you're dynamic, there has to be still a level of excellence, especially in the workspace. So that is basically what we're going to be talking about today. Now, we're going to begin with, if you see my screen, you will notice that we're going to be breaking down what we're learning into the what, the why, and the how, right? And so we're going to start with the what. Now, before we are talking about creating office, let's start with the main topic of discourse, the cocoa of the matter, excellence. And so we want to see what it is, right? Remember, we're going from the what to the why and then to the how. Okay, so excellence is the quality of being outstanding or exceptionally good. It is characterized by consistently high performance, superior quality, and an ongoing pursuit of improvement and innovation. Now, I want you to put on your thinking caps, because you're going to be thinking with me. And for everything we're going to be saying, you're going to be seeing on my slide, I need you to think on the words. Now, it is the quality of being outstanding and exceptionally good. Now, it's now characterized by something. It said consistently high performance, superior quality, and an ongoing pursuit of improvement and innovation. And so we're just still in that line when we're going to just look at some of the key characteristics of excellence. So we said excellence is the quality of being outstanding and exceptionally good. Now we want to see what characterizes that. So that is the effect, that is somebody's outstanding, exceptionally good. What is the cause? Do you understand? What is that being exceptional? What is it made of? I don't know if you guess what I'm saying. We see that excellence is the quality of being outstanding. So how did you get to that point of being outstanding? What is the cause that brought out that effect? That's what we're going to be seeing, the key characteristics of excellence. So the first is continuous improvement, and that was mentioned in the last slide. You see, a commitment to ongoing improvement and innovation. This involves regularly assessing performance, seeking feedback, and making necessary adjustments to enhance your outcome. Now, one of the main key characteristic of excellence is continuous improvement. The moment we keep hearing the saying that the day you stop learning is the day you die, right? And that's actually true for every ramification. Now, when it comes to excellence, the day you decide to stop improving, that's the day you actually stop being excellent. Because the character, what makes excellence is the fact that it's excellent, it yearns for consistent improvement. Do you understand? It is consistent, it is continuous. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I believe you understand. Please, if you're following me thus far, just let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat box. I'd like to see a few. Yes, I can see some reactions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next is consistency. Thank you. So you can see that each one of the characteristics is somewhat interwoven. There's continuous improvement, and then there's consistency. Now, this is achieving and maintaining a high level of performance, achieving it, and then maintaining it. So you don't just stop at achieving it. Level of performance consistently and over time, rather than a sporadic or isolated instance of success. Now, if you are someone who goes to the gym, or you would understand this better. Now, you know that for your muscles to build up, if you go to the gym once or twice a year, and you just work out, you just go there twice a year. Let's say you go on the 1st of January, I want to I need to build, I want to work on my body, and I just go to the gym on the 1st of January and on the 31st of December. And I walk on the 1st of January, I walk out for 12 hours or even walk out for 18 hours, right? Stretch. And then on the 31st, I do that again. I walk for 18 hours stretch. Please, will that yield my desired income or outcome rather? Will my muscles be built? From general knowledge, I need feedback, please. Just let me know in the chat box. Do you think it will get my muscles built? Yes or no? There's a chat box where you can type yes or no. Anyways, just to move forward. Very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. It will not. Thank you, Temitope. there'll be an effect, but you'll be strained. Okay, there will definitely be an effect, and the effect is just that you will be worn out because your muscles will not beat. It will just you will just be sore for a long time. That's an effect, but is that the effect that you were looking at to get? No. So that's what consistency is about. Consistency is about making consistent, even if they are rather small, but that they are consistent, regular, maintaining and achieving it and maintaining it. So instead of doing that, I can decide, oh, I want to spend 1 hour, 45 minutes at the gym every day or 4 times a week. And at the end of the day, you notice that I'll be built and I'll get the result I need. Unlike the person that did so long and it's just one sporadic, an isolated instance of success. Oh yes, like I'm doing a gymming marathon, and then I've successfully done 18 hours, but it's just in a day, no change in my body whatsoever. The next characteristic of success we're going to be looking at is attention to detail. Now, this is primary. This is very important. Paying attention to detail. Now, it means focusing to ensure that every aspect of the task or project is completed to the highest possible standard. Now, focusing to ensure that every aspect of the task. So it means looking and looking again. Do you understand? Looking and looking again, ensuring that every aspect is completed to the highest possible standard. Um, Professionalism, this includes reliability and accountability. Now, for every excellent person, whether in the sports space, they will tell you that there are people that they they are accountable to. Do you understand me? It helps you. Being many times there are things we do that we don't feel like it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. There are times when we do things and we don't feel like it, but because there is somebody that we are accountable to, or there are people that would question us when we don't do those things, just have to do them, right? And so professionalism is very important because it includes accountability, and then excellent people can be relied on. Then the last but not the least, innovation and creativity. So this involves thinking of new ways and improved ways to do things. So just I've been a teacher for 7 years, and over those 7 years, there are different ways that I've taught using the pen on paper strategy, using a marker. I use chalkboard, and I currently use digital boards. I use my laptop to teach currently, and I use an interactive board. Now, that is a new way of doing the same thing I've been doing over the years teaching. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And that was somebody's innovation, that's someone's creativity. Now, on my own level, I find new ways to do things. If I'm teaching a child, I've been teaching them food for the past 3 years. I have to think about a new way to teach that topic that it appeals to those new set of learners. I don't know if you get what I said, but I believe you do. Please, thus far, can you just let me know with an emoji if you are following? I'd like to know with an emoji. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Now, this is something very important. Somebody who sees this previous part will say, oh, attention to detail, consistency, continuous improvement, professionalism and everything, innovation and creativity. Can I actually achieve this excellence? Well, the truth is, excellence is progressive. You can grow in excellence. Now, I just used a very quick example. Remember when you were growing up, we all moved from, depending on whatever system of education you grew up in. Anyways, the most popular one at there's the correct class, there's kindergarten, KG1, KG2, nursery 1, nursery 2, and then you have the primary and everything. You know that a child that is in KG2, right? The level of excellence that child that is required from that child. You see, when you see the result of the child and you see the teacher put excellent, just like my niece when she was in nursery school, there was excellent. She scored 100%. I'm telling you, I kid you not. She scored 100%, and it was excellent on all her. The thing she was in, is it the same thing university students? No. So there are different levels of excellence. But the most important thing is that you are striving to be the best you can possibly be at that level of yours currently. I don't know if you get me. Do you understand? Remember, the best you can possibly be at that current level of yours. That just if a nursery one child is striving to be as excellent as a university student, then you know something is fundamentally wrong somewhere. Is it that the parents are not okay, or the teacher is not doing, does not even know someone's doing, because that is not even required for it. Same with the person who is just starting a business, trying to be as excellent as Vusi, the business mogul. It is not possible. Do you understand? So understand your level first of all, and then ensure that you are giving your possible best. You're optimizing every opportunities you have at that level. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And you see, as you optimize those opportunities at that level, it produces the next level of excellence that you're looking for. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So when a child that is excellent in nursery one keeps up optimizing the resources available for the person, you see the person goes to the next class and is also excellent in that class because he kept on optimizing. The next one, excellence is not a once and for all. It's not once and for all. Consistent improvements will be produced by time, just like I've explained. And then excellence can be learned as a skill, meaning that if you are not excellent right now, listen to me, and you feel like, oh, I don't think I'm excellent. Looking at these key characteristics, oh, I feel like I'm missing one or two here. It can be learned as a skill. However, means that you can find somebody that you know is excellent and look at them, try to learn something from them, learn what they're doing better. However, it shouldn't just stop at like something that you learn. You know, there are skills that you learn, just like some medical students go to school and they learn that you're to be in a night. They learned it. However, those same medical students don't brush their teeth morning and night because what they've learned has not translated into their value based on inner motivation. Do you understand? So what they've learned has not been, pardon me for the little breaking transmission, what they learned has not translated into a personal value based on their inner motivation. They just learned it to write it on paper. That is learning it as a skill. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But the moment they start brushing morning and night, it means that thing has become an attitude. So excellence can be learned as a skill. However, it should be developed into a personal value based on inner motivation, which is also referred to as an attitude. Alright, it is important that every leader possess excellence as an attitude, as it sets the tone for operation in the workspace. So it starts with you, it starts with me, it starts with every one of us that is on this in this meeting today. You know, it is important that each and every one of us imbibe excellence as an attitude because it sets the tone for every other thing that would happen around us. Okay, so now self-evaluation exercise. I hope you have your pen and your paper or your notes pads in your pads, your iPad, your phone, whatever. So let's see which characteristics of excellence appears to be my strongest thus far, and which is my weakest. Try to write that down. I'll just give you 30 seconds to write that down, and then we go forward. Try to write down the key characteristics I mentioned. I hope you wrote them down. So try to see which is your strongest and which is your weakest. And so this will help you know, okay, I think I'm not so good with time management. I think I should work on this thing. Oh, I think I don't pay attention to detail. I think I should work on it. I think I'm not so consistent. I'm prone to doing something with so much energy for the first time, and then the next day all my energy has left me. You know, so let's know the one that is strongest and the ones that you're weakest at, and we'll come back to that. All right, moving on. I want to see what the benefits of the dynamic culture of excellence can do to your workspace. Why? We have seen the what, now I want to see the why. Now, the first is improved productivity and efficiency. We have enhanced employee engagement. So definitely you're going to be more productive, you're going to be more efficient. Your workspace is going to, is going to flourish because, of course, you're productive, right? Enhanced employee engagement and motivation. So everybody around you is engaged well and is motivated to work. And there's nothing that beats an environment where the employees or the teammates are motivated to work. It just makes the work seamless. The next is increase innovation and creativity, which people are easy. People find it easy because there's an environment. They're in an environment of excellence. They find it easy to think because they've been taught, they've been cultured to think. So we have better decision making and problem solving that explains itself. So you'll be able to make decisions better and solve problems faster and easily. And then stronger teamwork and collaboration, which is paramount. As a team, that was like the biggest secret to my success as a head of school then. I had taught my team to we worked together like a team. Each one knew what he was supposed to do. So I knew every one of my team members. I knew their strength, I knew their weaknesses, I knew what our responsibilities to give, what not to give to the other. I knew how to bring them out of their comfort zone. So stronger teamwork and collaboration, that we yield a dynamic culture of excellence we yield. Now let's move to connecting all those things we've said to your workspace. Now, a culture of excellence, right? A dynamic workspace where a culture of excellence is imputed is a work environment where employees are inspired to strive for exceptional performances, continuous improvement, and shared success. Any workspace where the employees are not inspired to strive for exceptional performance, continuous improvement, and shared success. So if your workspace does not inspire you to do this, then you have not built a culture of excellence. Or if it doesn't inspire team members to do this, then the culture of excellence is lacking. And you see, this reflects to every space you belong. Now, I lead teams like across board. In fact, across board, not just work. I have a what do you call it now? A volunteer working team, right? Where I have volunteer workers, where we do it's like an NGO where we do charity stuff and everything. And this culture has been brought in there. And so my team members always like inspired to strive for exceptional performance. So I see some of the things they do, I see some of how they carry themselves, I see some of the way they solve problems, and I'm like, okay, good. I've been able to bring the culture of excellence to every space that I am in. That's why I said initially that it's important that every leader imbibes excellence as an attitude, not just as a skill learned. Okay, now let's move to the how, because I'm trying to watch our time and then ensuring that I don't overshoot my time. But thus far, please, I need some emojis to show that you're following me. I need some emojis. Thank you. I'm only getting emojis from one person. I want to know if others are following. Thank you, Temitope. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Now we want to see the 5 key elements of a dynamic culture of excellence. We want to see what makes it up. You can see this circle, right? It's broken down into 5, and then there are parts that make up. Now the first is clear communication, collaborative leadership, continuous learning, creativity and innovation, and then celebrating success. So we're going to see them one after the other, and I'm going to expatiate as we go. Now the first is clear communication. Apparently I've been teaching my kids algorithm, and you see, sometimes we just need to speak with the computer to know that our communication is not clear enough. Many times you say some things and you do some things as a leader, and you assume that because you understood that thing that way, others should understand it that way. It doesn't always apply. So as a leader, that is striving to build an excellence, a dynamic culture of excellence in their workspace, you must be clear in your communication. And so what are the major things that you can be clear on? The first is your mission and your vision. Now, this is something that people on your team, it's assumed that when you're on a team, when you're in a workplace, when you're working somewhere, you have entered the vehicle and then you are all going somewhere. Do you just randomly go to the bus stop and then enter any vehicle and you don't even know where the vehicle is going? And then, you see, even in our regular everyday life, these things play out. You see that as you enter a vehicle, a conductor is shouting, let's say you're going from Yanoba to Mile 2, and you see, you get to the conductor is saying this, he's communicating bus stops, telling you the direction in which you're going. Do you understand? So if a conductor and a boss can just illustrate that, then it means that much more in our workspace there should be clearer communication, right? So as a leader, your teammates or team members or employees, I should meet them and say, oh, what is even your vision in this place? And they should not say, go and ask our leader. No, that's an absolute no. You to tell him, oh no, this is what we're, and that is what every down to my like volunteer workers. You meet them, you ask them, and they tell you exactly what we're doing, where we're going, how we want to go about it. Do you understand? How we want to get there, what are the things we're taking step by step. They are even bombarding me with ideas, and that is how it should be. So every member of their team should clearly understand your vision and your mission. It shouldn't be like it's not negotiable. The next is transparency, open and honest communication about your goals, your expectation about them, your expectations about the company, and your performance. You should be transparent. See, oh, I'm not happy about this, or I feel like we're not hitting our goals, or I feel like transparency. It's not something that you are or to be transparent to one. You are transparent to one member of your team, and then you are not transparent to the other member of your team. It's like there's segregation, and absolutely not. That is a total no. Every member of your team must see that you are transparent, you are open, and you are honest in your communication. Oh, we didn't attend this meeting. Oh, we didn't have this. Oh, we couldn't have this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, this and this came in. When you are transparent with people, they now get to they own up with your vision so much more. Okay? Now, feedback and coaching. This should happen regularly. And this was one of my secrets. See, back then, we would hold professional development sections, PDF sessions, and there would be like 80 to 90 teachers together, right, from the different branches and everything. And my boss would teach. She would say, oh, this is what I want, this is the new standard, this is how I want it to go, and everything. And personally, my teachers are there. However, me, I'm taking down notes, not just for myself, but I'm taking down notes. Okay, this person would have not gotten this one, because this person, the way this man said this thing, this was too far. This one I will be explaining to this person. This one I will explain. I'm taking down those notes, and after that meeting, my own staff, we would have our own professional development session. Do you understand? And because I know they're like my kids, I know their individual needs, just like every teacher knows. So as learning is differentiated, leadership too is differentiated. Do you understand? So that was one of my secrets, right? I was always coaching and getting feedback from them. Miss G, you don't understand this one, no, you don't get this one, no, I'm not waiting to I beg, and you see, they were open, they were free to say, oh, I didn't get this, I need you to come and explain it to me. And the moment I did, you could see that they will run with this thing, and it would be as though, oh, my team members are the ones getting it, my team members are the ones doing it. Is it that they're afraid of their boss? That's why they're doing it? No, it was just because we were getting feedback, and I was coaching. Feedback and coaching, very important. Regular constructive feedback, not destructive feedback. I know some leaders that your team member doesn't know this one or didn't get it. and then you say, go and meet the president to explain to you now, go and meet the boss to explain to you now, or can't find out to do it by yourself, or you are just so archaic as a teacher, and then you just talk down the person. At the end of the day, you leave the person demoralized. That's a destructive feedback. That's not what you need to give to your team members. They should be constructive feedback. Oh, you didn't get this one, oh. Oh, even if you both would laugh about it, but then there's a place for laughing about it. If you don't have that with board members, then you know who would take your laughing lightly and who would take that too seriously. Do you understand? That's a place of understanding, differentiating leadership, understanding your team members. So your feedback and your coaching should be constructive. But that's just it. Then the last is active listening and empathy. This one is very important because you know what they say. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Yes, you can write that down. So if empathy is lacking, you are giving people instructions and you don't even care how they do it. You don't know how they can't do it anyhow you like. That workspace will be so void of excellence because everybody will just anyhow they like, and you see different kind of things going on, coming up, and then that's actually not an excellent and a dynamic culture of excellence there. So that's an absolute no. I have less than 8 minutes to go. So let's look at collaborative leadership. Now, I'm just going to do a run through. Now, the subtitle says empowering team, not individuals. In a team is a team. In a workplace, you're a team, just like you're a conductor. You see that you're in a bus, right? And then you see the driver driving somewhere. And you say, driver, why do you go that way now? Because you know that you are in the bus with him together, right? So at that moment, you, the driver, the conductor, you are all a team. So a team is a team. Therefore, as a leader, you must create an inclusive environment. You must promote diversity, inclusion to benefit the very people from very perspective. You must note that everybody is not you. You are not your team members, and your team members are not you. Therefore, your thinking capacities might differ. Your perspectives might differ based on your upbringing, based on your background. You must learn to give people freedom to express themselves, promote diversity, get their opinions, and include them in the decision making. Team building, to carry out regular activities that build the trust and cooperation among team members, cross-functional teams, encourage collaboration across different departments. So you have departments. Once in a while, tell your accounting person to go and see what that person in production is doing. Let them work together for a day. You never know. The accounting personnel might have a trick, a tip that he might teach the person in production that gets the person more effective, and vice versa. So once in a while, check things up, and you see how your workspace moves, fast in a positive direction. The third one, continuous learning. I mentioned this before, as a characteristic of excellence. Now we're going to be talking about the Kaizen approach. This is a Japanese business philosophy that states that adopting continuous improvement and focusing on that explains to adopt, continuous improvement mindset, meaning that, the whole essence of this approach is the philosophy is that, small changes definitely eventually lead to big, improvement. So this approach encourages you to focus on small incremental changes, right? Good, and that's what being dynamic means. Being able to constantly change. And that's somebody will say, "Oh, I cannot be dynamic," but you are a human being. Have you forgotten that you let Mr. Niger D, and that one of the characteristics of human beings is that you can adapt? You actually can, but you have not explored that part. That's just what it is. So start today. Focus on small changes. Okay, I want to learn something about this. Oh, I feel like I'm not a techie person. I'm not the tech type. You have not just explored it. Start today. Do you understand? Benchmarking, good. Like I said, one of these this is very important. There's nothing new under the sun, right? So for every industry you are in, there might be time where you will be creative, and then there are times when you will need to benchmark. So you see what somebody else is doing, oh, really, this is good. You must always compare your performance against industry standards and best practices. Let's benchmark. You must not stick with that your cake idea and say, okay, this is the one I keep, this is the one I came up with. We must stay with this one. You know. Pardon me. Sorry about that big breaking transmission. Okay, so I was saying that yeah, about benchmarking. So you should learn to adopt different standard. Please let me turn this off. It's causing so much. Okay. Now the next one, problem solving culture. So encourage employees to identify issues and propose solutions. So don't be that leader that there's one small issue and then your employees are always running back to you. Ah, go ask madam. No, go ask okay, go ask this one. No. Don't be that. Don't be that leader. Get them, encourage them to think and propose solutions to those problems. The next one is training and development programs. This is very important. From time to time, you must understand that human beings are human beings. Your team members or employees might get too engrossed in the work and they forget to develop themselves. A lot of people do that. You must now remind them, oh, we are having, so you'll be the one to intentionally tell them, oh, so and days are fixed for trainings and development, or take this class. I saw this course on this ALX. I saw this course on this platform on Coursera. Take this course, and all this kind of stuff. There was a time when I wrote my Google professional development exam. It was paid for my Google certification exam. It was paid for by my boss. He was as a leader. You have to get those opportunities. Get your team, encourage them to get involved in those mentorship and coaching. Paramount. As a leader, you should engage in mentorship, coaching with your team members, right? You can assign team members with greater strength to mentor those with less strength. Do you understand? So you would have to know the wisdom, know how the best way to do it, depending on how peculiar it is to your sector and then your workspace and then the peculiar needs of your team members. Then experimentation and learning from failure. Many people make the mistake of lashing on people when they make mistakes, but sometimes it's very good for people to fail so that they can learn. There's a lot that failure can teach. There's a lot of that failure can teach. There are many successful people today that came from so much failure. Oh my god, I'm already far behind time. Creativity and innovation. Now you must encourage new ideas and solutions, encourage thinking and ideation, and encourage innovative time and make helpful resources available. Like I mentioned this. Get your team members to think. This is very important. Celebrating success, regularly recognizing and rewarding excellence. So employee spotlights and testimonials, celebrating corporate milestones and achievement. So get a system that celebrates success and get it working in your workspace. People are motivated when they are celebrated. Do you understand? People are easily motivated when they are celebrated. They are motivated to do more when they are celebrated. All right, the last self-evaluation exercise. How many of the 5 C's are currently practiced in your workspace, and which of them is deficient or poorly practiced on your team or workspace? Now, note that the 5 C's are seen. The benefits of the 5 C's are seen as they are consistently practiced. So it's not that you start to do one today and then you leave it after 1 week of practicing it. As you consistently practice it, that's when you see the benefits. Okay, putting the pieces together, this is going to be my last slide. Start with small changes and build momentum. So just like you've learned about 5 C's, not that you go to your team and say, we must practice all these 5 C's today and we must get it right by the end of the week. It might not work. So go back, like I said, you would have ideas on how to implement all these things I've said. Put them down, pen down those ideas. Now go and start implementing them with small, feasible changes that are actually feasible. Then involve your team in the process and lead by example. This is very important. Excellence is not a destination, in the journey, a continuous journey. So remember I said that the level of excellence for today paves way for the level of excellence for tomorrow. So as you stay consistent, your journey keeps moving forward. Empower your team, drive success, and create a workspace where everyone thrives. That is an excellent workspace, a workspace with a dynamic culture of excellence. Thank you very much. I believe you have been you've learned a lot, you've been inspired, and you've had uh, things to jot down that you would implement when you go to your favorite workspace. All right, thank you, Mr. Ebenezer. Over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Gloria Siga. Thank you for this wonderful session. Okay, I believe everyone got value and starting right from the beginning, man, it has been so amazing, and I'm super excited to have you and everyone here. I celebrate you. I believe you got value. So please, if you learned something, kindly use your best emoji. Let me see. I want to know as many that have been following. Just show me. Use your emoji, the best one you love there, and let. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So, I think I would just like to take questions at this point, because I believe it's not you might have something you need to clarify. I myself also have a question. Yeah, yeah, because I'm not the speaker. I'm also learning. You understand? So we learn by asking questions. So I'd just like to give room. Just signify with your hands up, so I can just. Sorry, so I can just know who asked question. Okay, so it won't be crowded. So please, if you have any question, this is the best opportunity to ask your question, and because we are working with time, so we need you to signify. Hope I am seeing everyone. Oh, you're still trying to digest all your heard. So okay, if you have question, you can just unmute your mic and we'll give you the floor to ask your question. So okay, so just because of our time, and while you're coming up with your questions, I'd just like to remind you that this section is going to continue with other great topic, and for you to get the one-time information of what you stand to, what next will be coming up. I would just like you to I would like you to join the managers conclave community, which is being initiated by Prestige Infotech Concept. Okay, so if you check through the chat box, you will see a link there where you can join the managers conclave. Now, this group enhances collaboration, networking, and there are a lot of information that will keep you, that will drive your potential as a manager in whatsoever capacity. So you can just click on the link and register if you have not registered. So we just don't want to trade. We want to keep everyone together. So as you're joining in, and if you're not on this community, please go to the chat box. You see a link there. Click on it and register, so we can connect with you and make you available on the community. So is there anyone? Do anyone have question? We have just 3 minutes to go. Any question? Please unmute your mic and speak. We have just 3 minutes. Okay, so like I said, I have a question, and okay, and I think I'll just ask my question first to start with. Like I said, we are all learning together, and I am super excited of all I've learned so far. So this is just going back to the first part, which is on the 7 C's to dynamic excellence in the workspace. So Miss Gloria Isiga, hope you're listening, because my question is coming directly to you. Okay, so it's on the first part, which we talk about the clear communication, and we talk about transparency. On there's a point you talked about being transparently open and give honest communication. Okay, so I would just want to relate it to tech, where we have a standard, information standard, that ISO 27001. That's a information system management, whereby information is classified into four major components, which is the secret, the private, the public, and the secured. So the question is, sometimes within an organization, information can pass upwards and downwards. At the same time, information are also restricted to cadres. So managers have access to some level of information, top managers have access to some level of information, and rest like that. So my question is, in the place of being open and honest, is there room to limit information among team members depending on the designation within the organization? Thank you.
Okay. Yes, there is, like you rightly mentioned, the cadres where information is divided into. Now, there's a place, the information should be limited. You should know that the reason why information is limited is because it is believed that at certain levels, some things cannot be handled, just like even within the family. There are some things that the father, because they are a team, there are some things that the father or mother will not tell to a teenager immediately because they feel that at that level which they are, they cannot understand it. That same thing applies within a team. Now, this still depends on the modus operandi of whatever organization that is. You understand what I'm saying? There are some information that are classified, just like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola cannot come out being transparent, and because they want to be transparent, they don't give their formula to every worker. That would be destroying the business. Do you understand? So you should know the kind of information that when released, transparency should be done with some level of wisdom. That's why, as a leader, that's why I talked about differentiated leadership. You must know what to share and what not to share. Do you understand? However, you should be transparent. If there's an issue going on why worker salary has not paid, you should let them know what the issue is. Do you understand? If it's something that you feel they can handle. However, transparency has a limit relating to the modus operandi of the organization, and then the information that will be shared that would destroy the business. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you should know what should be known by whom at certain time. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's one of the things you should do as a leader, and obviously follow the modus operandi of the organization. Do you understand?
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, is there any, we are taking extra 60 seconds before we wrap up for the day, and so do anyone have any question? Please signify, please signify dynamic excellence. Okay, signify please. We have less than 45 seconds. Signify please. Okay, so just in case you might want to reach out later, maybe you have one question or the other, please click on the link on the chat box so you join the community. Once you register, there's a link at the end of the registration that will pop up. You click on the link to join the community, where you can ask your question there, and the question will be forwarded to our presenter. So once again, Ms. Gloria Isigi, I want to say thank you for this time. I believe we will be having you more often in other sections. So
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll be sharing the next topic for June, for the month of June, right? Yeah, for the month of June, we'll be looking at a topic: benefit mindset, dealing with benefit mindset within an organization, and that will be taken by Mr. Jasper Sam. So you will get the circular that is you will find it on all our social media by Prestige Infotech Concept. So please, we would like you to just stay close, and as we share the information, please also help us to share it, to reach out to more people. So one of our vision is to empower as well. Okay, so we're bringing these resources to you, and we also want you to share these resources. Yeah, so thank you everyone once again for joining this meeting. Okay, let me get your emoji if you are excited with all you've learned today. Let me get another emoji. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I am Mr. Ebenezer Olatunde, and I am the lead operation officer of Grapotech Initiative, Prestige Infotech Concept, and Infotech Branding. So thank you once again for coming, and I trust what you have learned, you'll not just learn it or jot it down, you will also implement. And you will all have testimonial of excellence about you. So please, you can just do a screenshot and post on your Instagram and just tag Prestige Infotech Concept so we can know that you attended this program. It will also give us an excitement that okay, you were present, and we'll be hoping to have you in our next meeting. Okay, so not to talk too much, I want to say thank you, and we'll be calling it a day. Do have a great night rest.
Below this video in next 3 seconds. Visit our website at www.prestigeinfotechconcept.com or send us an email at prestigeinfotechconcept@gmail.com. The best time to get started is now. Powered by Prestige Infotech Concept.